Something that always impresses me with people who play all the instruments on their recordings is how you start, basically, for these songs, including the more recent albums. Do you start playing the drums and singing?
The most satisfactory one, the one where I really actually took 10 years to make, really, because I'd had to remix it 10 years later, was Dundistan, which is to say Dundistan Revisited, which was reissued a couple of years ago. That at last, and in fact that is really all me, actually. It's the only band I know that always does exactly what I want it to do in the end. But then I need a sympathetic engineer, which I found via Phil Manzanera, Phil's engineer, a bloke called Jamie Johnson.
What do you start doing when you record a song?
Very simple. Drums, keyboard, provisional vocal, then all the extras, extra keyboard sounds, solos, what you would expect, really. The only thing that's, I think, unusual about what I do is I very often put the bass in last. I sort of drop it in as a sort of, I don't know why, I can't explain it, it works for me. Having done that, then the provisional vocal is usually too weak, because it was playing with a little chamber orchestra, and now it's playing with some Wagnerian cacophony, so I've sort of changed my tone.
On Rock Bottom, for instance, there's lots of important contributions from people, outside contributors.
Crucial.
Absolutely. And the thing I know about this recording, that you recorded all your parts before.
Yeah.
And so you planned their solos, basically.
I did. I made in fact, a general thing, because the best thing is to work with other people, like, on Rock Bottom or Sleep, really, for a kind of all-round, thing, like a complete meal, with salad and protein. I make a sort of solo LP, that's what I do. It makes the landscape. I find that it helps soloists a lot if they know what they're playing to. They really sort of, because it's a bit unfair sometimes if you say to a soloist or anybody, I know from having been a guest on other people's records, they sort of say, well, I want you to do this, and you do it, but then you hear the final record, you think, oh, well, if I knew that was the feeling of it, and that was what was going to happen, I could have done something more appropriate. And I find that soloists like it when they've got in their headphones what the rhythm section's doing, how it tips and tilts, all that stuff. And they can hear it a few times before they do their solo. And even if it's improvised, which a lot of my records are very improvised, whichever one I decide to fix for the basis of the recording, they can actually learn it off by heart very quickly, good musicians, and really kind of know the terrain, know how it's going to end up. They can pace the ending. They can kind of dodge a missile coming from a guitar on the left and swerve a drum beat on the right. They can really.
Yeah. You can
and
recreate
I find
the interplay.
that's right.
That's
right. And then I sort of phone up, whoever it might be, Gary Window or Fred Frith or Ivor Cutler, if you're going to talk, stuff like that. And they know exactly what they're dealing with.
What about, you were mentioning Ivor Cutler, for instance. I've always been intrigued by his monologues on Rock Bottom. Are they theirs, or?
No, I wrote those, yeah.
Yeah?
Yeah. Mm-hmm. He left off one word, which he wouldn't say. He doesn't do other people's things. I was very honoured that he did it.
And he did the Magical Mystery Tour.
He did, yeah. Yes, it's Paul McCartney asked me to do that, I think. Yeah, I had lunch tea he, and he said, I'm not going to say tea. So he just goes lunch tea. He's quite right.
And who did the laugh at the end?
That's him. That was just happening. He was doing the set, and he was doing it over and over again, fast and slow. In fact, we used another version of it. He was on the other side, where he read it quite fast, out of rhythm. He did it very well in lots of different ways, on his own. And he did it with Fred, at the end there, just him and Fred and doing the viola. I think it's viola. And for some reason, when he got to the end, he just burst into laughter. And so it just bang, and we just. The engineer was sort of worried, I said, we keep that tape. He said, well, we can't. He didn't stop. And no, it's okay, we use that. So.
I think it's very important ending to that album, because a lot of people come up to you and say, it's a very sad album, and there's quite a lot of humour, actually. And the fact that it ends with a laugh is, I think, very important.
I mean, it's the laughter of a madman, but it's a laugh,